Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Healing with a Majestic Sunset. I am Artess Serena, and I will be doing a general reading for the collective. The first thing I'm going to do is clear their energy with a little bit of sound. So you may want to turn down your volume. Okay. Okay, let's get started. I hope everyone is doing well right now. Okay, I already pre-shuffled for the sake of time. So at the bottom of these two decks is the Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. So what I'm seeing right now from just these cards that I've looked at, there is a new beginning. Someone is going after, striving to get to. I just heard destined to get to. And there will be some obstacles, of course, along the way. And right now, you guys may be juggling your finances. You may have more than one job. You may need to get more than one job. But I'm seeing that you guys are about family, and you're gonna grow your pentacles. You're gonna grow your money. So you are someone that's looking to expand, enlarge your territory, and that's what I'm getting right now. And with this rabbit being here, and I also have the rabbit underneath this deck, I just feel like you guys are going towards some type of a lucky streak, or you're trying to bring something like that into your life at the current moment. So if you resonate with what I just said, this may be your reading, no matter what comes out. Oh, shoot. Okay, first card out is the Tower. And the Moon. And the Strength. So what's you guys, what was kind of hidden possibly from you or someone that is in your energy? Remember, this can be past, present, or future. Something was hidden. It was some type of a disaster, something you had to have great strength to overcome. You had to really, when the Strength card appears, it's like a strength had to come up within you that you didn't know you had. You had to be very, very strong, because something was very hard. It was possibly very emotional for you. So maybe you guys had some type of emotional tower, some type of emotional breakdown. But and what was hidden is whatever you were going through, you were very strong. You had to muster up a lot of strength, and maybe others didn't know what you were really going through, because if this is something that was just on the inside, this was an emotional tower, you possibly hid it quite well. Three of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, Ace of Wands. So it's like No matter what you guys were going through, you was pressing forward. You showed up even for your children. If you have any children, you you tackled some type of a new beginning, and you took it. It's like you took it with good energy. This new beginning that you had to embark on after this tower moment, whatever destruction, whatever that was false that came down, because the tower only comes when something, the truth needs to be revealed. So it's like you guys are rebuilding, and and it's okay to start over, but I'm seeing that, I'm feeling like you guys are um optimistic about whatever you have to start over and do. You want to rebuild, in a more healed space. You want to rebuild on truth. So this is like a tower that you guys allowed to happen. You didn't try to stop this tower from happening, because it's like you wanted the truth to be revealed. So this could have been just anything from the past, false ideologies, false things about family traditions, because I did see the Ten of Pentacles earlier. So whatever structure that was false, that was built up on things that were not, of truth, you're rebuilding. You're optimistically rebuilding. You're going towards this new beginning. You got a new passion, a new spark of passion to do something the right way. And it's like, that's what you guys are doing. You're taking some type of new beginning. An opportunity is being presented to you. Okay. Six of Cups to the Six of Wands. So there is something, like I said, this tower is from your past. Maybe how you grew up, family traditions, religious structures, things, societal norms that you were taught since you were a child. Those things are coming down for you right now. And it was like you guys could handle the truth, even though it was a hard truth for a lot of you. It could have been very devastating to learn whatever this truth was. But you guys you were able to get past this. Ooh, okay. Six of Pentacles and the Two of Wands in the reverse. And with the Four of Wands, what I'm feeling right now about, with the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands in the reverse, it's almost like someone wanted you to be directionless. They wanted you to always, it's like they didn't want this tower of truth to come down. The truth to be revealed from the tower, but the tower is of false things coming down, being revealing the truth. It's like someone wanted you to stay blind. They wanted you to be directionless, so you will always need their help, their support. They never wanted you to see the truth, so you can have a sturdy foundation. It's like you will always need their approval, their handouts. This could have been people you were living with. They never wanted you to be able to see that you can possibly be on your own, make it on your own. and have your own household. They wanted you to build your new household, like when you had, once you become an adult, you have your own family. They wanted you to build your family off of those lies that you've been taught from the beginning. And they wanted you to be directionless so you could not move forward. It's always like they wanted you to stay in the past, still do the things that your ancestors did in the past that were the wrong things. They wanted you to keep following this false narrative. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, they never wanted you to be in control of your own household. They wanted your household to be chaotic. They wanted you to teach your children these lies. Oh, death, it wasn't strong enough to come out, but yeah, they didn't want something to be transformed for you. Yeah. 9 of Wands to the 9 of Swords. Someone knows that you're coming to the end of this. Yeah, you're coming to the end of being a victim or being victimized. You could have been victimized by this person. It could have been a parent since you were a child. You had to follow their structures, their rules. And someone wanted to still control your life while adulthood. It's like I'm getting tongue tied. But someone wanted you to stay stuck, stay a prisoner. It's like they wanted you to be like a prisoner of war. Like you were never going to be able to set yourself free. They didn't want you to have boundaries. They didn't want you to have your own standards. They wanted you to follow their standards, their way of living. They wanted you to listen to their advice, to always be needy. They wanted you to be needy, whether it's someone, whether you always asking someone for advice or they expect you to be like needing handouts, even financially, and this also could be a job that they didn't want you to look forward to the future. They didn't want you to make future plans. No matter what this structure, this situation is for you, they did not want you to have a future without being needy. They didn't want you to be self-sufficient, a free thinker, to be able to take action on your own path. They wanted to tell you what to do, tell you what path to go down. They're worried. They wanted you to stay depressed. They wanted you to keep this stance. They wanted you to keep that cycle going. They never wanted you to change that posture of whatever you were taught since you were an adolescent. They wanted you to stay that way. They wanted you to stay stuck, like stubborn. They wanted you to keep those ideologies stubbornly sticking to it so you wouldn't, be able to set yourself free. If you suffer from depression when you was growing up, a lot of you, that's what I'm feeling. Since you were a child, you were very depressed. You could have been a very depressed child, and it followed you into adulthood. So you could have been battling with that because you were trying to live up to other people's standards without even knowing it because you were just taught wrong. So they never wanted truth to be revealed to you because they never wanted you to have a future. That's what I'm getting. It's almost like parents not teaching you intentionally because they didn't want their children to be better than them, have more than them, when we should want better for our children. That's something that we should want. Yeah, they never wanted the Fool and the Knight of Swords. They never wanted you to have a new beginning. Someone was trying to block you from walking away into this new beginning. The Star. They wanted to block you from getting on your North Node, going into your healing. They wanted you. This is almost like Tower after tower keep falling in your life, and they wanted you to do the same thing over and over again. They wanted you to be insane, pretty much. They wanted you to just keep doing it, hoping for something new to happen, but it never will happen. Sometimes once you get to that tower, you're supposed to keep going to your healing, to the star. But it's like they wanted you to have tower moments, endings in your life, and then you just start over and keep doing the same thing over and over again until you just wear yourself out. And hopefully you'll be so stressed out, so tired that you couldn't even think about making plans for your future. Somebody was blocking you. This could have been a mother figure, someone who was cold. She was very calculated. She was very smart. But the thing is, this person possibly thinks they're the wisest and smartest in the room. They wanted to stop you from being free, from being that free spirit, from journeying in life. This is someone that possibly didn't even want you to move out of the house. It's like they wanted you two to grow old together and be two old miserable people, whether it was your mom or your dad, but they wanted company in their misery. It's because they were the ones that towers and endings was happening in their life, and they just started over again, not pressing forward, not healing. And they didn't want you to go towards your healing, so you wouldn't get on your destined path. These people were agents of the underworld, because they allowed their circumstances to shape their lives forever. Death. Nine of Pentacles. They never wanted you to be independent, be self-sufficient. To the Ace of Wands. They never wanted you to get that spark to ever want to move on from the things you've been taught. Ten of Cups. Right. It's like they wanted you to keep the family traditions going. Whatever you were taught, whatever mindset, they were in when they were teaching you these things, they wanted that to keep going on in your life. Okay, the moon. The moon with this Fool and Queen of Cups. They wanted you to, they know that it's like you guys were very, very intuitive. Whoever you are, you're very intuitive, you're very discerning. And it's like someone was knowing this about you. They saw this in you from very young. And they saw how loving you were, how open, how free you were. And they wanted that part of you to stay hidden, even hidden from you. It's like other people can see who you were, but they never wanted you to see that about yourself, see that you could be free. They never wanted you to follow your intuition out, but it seems like you were being guided out. Someone saw you coming out of this mindset, and they were trying to block you from having this new beginning. That's what I'm getting. They wanted you to stay in that loving energy, going along to get along with everybody. Just listen to them. They wanted you to always listen to them, because they thought that you will always, since it was coming from them, that you will always look at it as being the truth for you. They wanted to tell you what was true and what was false in your life. This is like a person that's telling you what career path they want you to go down, where you can and can't move. They didn't want you to listen to your intuition. This person was spiritually blind, spiritually asleep. This person was unawakened. And they didn't want you to follow your intuition out of whatever situation you were in with them. They never wanted you to be guided out. They didn't want you to listen to your intuition. This is someone that pretty much would tell you to go against your own intuition. I remember being a part of a church like that. They would say that those things were demonic. We were supposed to do what the Bible said only and what the pastor said, type of thing. So it's almost like, do as I say. And they want, this person possibly wanted to, they were screwing with your mind since you were a child. They were trying to rewire you. They saw the free spirit in you. They saw that you were deeply intuitive. They saw they probably would have called you like psychic, like you had psychic like tendencies. I don't really like to use that word, but that's what these people would have called you. Like they saw how knowledgeable you were in the unseen realms. They knew that that was your place in this life. And that's possibly how your money was blocked, because you were supposed to be on a more spiritual path. And they knew if you went on your own to be independent, to, blaze your own trail, to follow your intuition and be guided towards that healing, going towards that star, they know that you would not be their slave anymore. Because that's all I can think about is like in slavery, how they follow the North Star out of slavery so they can be free. And that's what this is. They never wanted you to take action on what your intuition was telling you. Your intuition is very strong. And it's probably been screaming at you since you were younger. They wanted you to block that out. They wanted you to be more logical. They wanted you to listen to your brain, because your brain is only there to try to keep you safe. You know what I mean? So your brain would go against what your intuition would be telling you. They wanted you to be more logical and not, only believe in what you saw in front of you. They wanted to cause endings before you even had your new beginning. Yeah. They wanted to cut you down before you was able to have your new beginning. The Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. They never, that you might be someone who have a heavy 12th house placement, and your career could be based somewhere in the spiritual world, is based off of using your intuition in some way, using your God-given gift, that intuitive gift, whether it's, heavily in the spiritual world like tarot, or just giving guidance, or being a counselor, or a psychiatrist or something, where you would still be more spiritually led to help your clients. They saw that you were very bright, very smart. And so the only way that they could outsmart you is by making you go against the things that you were feeling and listen to their leadership. They didn't want you to be a free thinker. They wanted to cause endings to your own thoughts, your own feelings, and they direct your path. And your path is how you're going to be independent and self-sufficient. And they didn't want you to do that. They wanted you to always need them, need somebody, need a partner, need a family member. Temperance and Knight of Pentacles. Okay. You guys are healing that part of yourself. Your finances, you will be healed in your physical world, your world of finances, your physical body. You, because you decided to go on your own path, because you had many obstacles in your way. So you might be someone that no matter what you did, everything was hard for you because someone was intentionally using their gifts for darkness to be manipulative. This person possibly was warned to get out of your way. So maybe the Most High, the Most High had to knock this person down, or helped you go around them in some way where you wouldn't listen to this person, or they just had to, show you some things about this person, that they were interfering with your healing. And your healing is a thing that's going to make you self-sufficient and independent, where you don't need anybody. You won't need anyone to tell you what to do and how to do it and how to get there. They wanted to lead you. And the only place they were leading you are in the things from the past that no longer worked for any of us. That held you back for a long time. That even held up your finances for a very long time because you were on the wrong path. You wasn't on the right path. And this person knows it. Whoever was trying to block you, the Seven of Cups stayed behind. This person wanted you to be very confused. They wanted you to stay under that illusion that they painted for you since you were a young child, even from your early 20s, you're going into adulthood. Whatever illusion they were painting for you for a very long time, they wanted you to stay in that illusion. They wanted you to stay in this dysfunction. Okay. Seven of Wands, Five of Cups. It's like you guys had to battle by yourself. You had to grieve the loss of whoever this person was to you. You had to grieve this. It's like you had to fight someone that you truly loved. You had to fight this person off of you. You had to protect yourself from someone who was supposed to love you. And you went through grieving the loss of this person, even if this person is still here on this rim with you. You had to mourn the loss, to grieve the loss of this person or this family. Whatever situation this is, you had nobody. You might have just had a pet, an animal, or you like to go to the ocean and be, with the fish or whatever in the ocean. You might be a person that love animals. You probably had an animal that got you through when you were younger, for some of you. But yeah, it's almost like you had to fight to be just you. They wanted to fight you just because you're you. That's why I'm here. Anita Baker, just because you're you. You had to fight just to be yourself. Just because. Just you were born, however you were born, you had to fight to get on your destined path. You had to fight to experience. You had to fight, well, to experience what was always destined for you. So that was pretty much hidden. People didn't see that struggle that you had within your family dynamic, or whether this is with a company or in some type of a family. They didn't see that struggle. It's almost like what goes on in this house stays in this house, and even other family members may not have known what you were going through. Queen of Wands to the Emperor. You had to definitely fight just to have your own independence, to be to blaze your own trail, to move forward, to take action and be the boss of your own life. Someone didn't want you to be the boss of your own life. That is sad. Magician. Queen of Wands, Magician. You can manifest anything you wanted. You have a very powerful mind, a powerful gift of manifestation. And that's because you're going through your healing. Someone knew that about you, and they wanted to have new beginnings off of you, off of your back. That's what I'm getting. So if they can keep you from going on your path, they don't have to do the healing work. They can just cipher your energy, because you stay, even though you were down there with them, you stayed kind and loving. Your heart stayed open. So they were manifesting with your energy because they knew how powerful you were. This is someone that wanted to keep you, so they would get a check every month, or they'll get free rent type of energy. Yeah. The cards, I'm not going to take these, but the Four of Wands, Three of Pentacles to the Empress. So this definitely could have been a mother figure, a parent figure, no matter who this was to you, that that always wanted to keep you confined under their rules, their household. They wanted to come off as they were like they were loving. Page of Cups, Three of Wands. Even through all the fighting of the Fool, even through all of the fighting that you had to go through, they still see that you never lost that childhood, that childlike wonder that you possess. You possess a quality that these people don't possess. You kept that childlike faith. You stay optimistic, even if you were doubtful at times and possibly was depressed. It's almost like they taught you a certain way, and they wanted you to stick with it no matter what, no matter if it's to your demise. They wanted you to stick to it, and sticking to whatever that you were being taught was very painful for you. So even though you had to do all this fighting with people that you love, you never lost that creative side of you, that childlike, side of you that could manifest anything. You had to heal your childhood traumas to be able to be in that energy, to be able to manifest the things that you really desired, and not to keep manifesting a miserable life because someone or a group of people never wanted you to move on, because they wanted to forever use your energy. They never wanted you to know that there was something better. They always wanted you to believe that you're going to wait and wait and wait and wait and nothing was going to come through. Yeah. They wanted you to wait and wait and nothing ever happened for you. It's almost like, wait until you get this age, or wait until, you know, the kids get this old before you leave that household. Even if this is a situation where you were just married into this. This is a family that you created with someone, and they don't want you to break up the household until the kids get a certain age type of energy. So it can just hold you up from taking action on the things that you really desired. They just wanted you to always stay waiting and stagnant. They never wanted you to break free. Knight of Swords, the Magician. And here's the Magician right here. They never wanted you to be a go-getter. They never wanted you to see your own power, what you can really do. They never wanted you to go and run towards your manifestations, to bring them in. They never wanted you to be in that mindset. They never wanted you to be in that type of a mindset. And these cards come right back out. You see this, collective? Four of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and the Emperor. That's the same cards that fell out and I put back in the deck. And they came out the same exact way. They never wanted you to ever move on from what you were taught. This parent figure, whether this is one of your parents, or someone who raised you, or someone you created a family with, they wanted you to keep rebuilding off of what you've been taught by them, and just keep because ending's going to keep happening because you were on the wrong path. So they just wanted you to stay resilient with that. Keep doing it. They never wanted you to build your own stable foundation. They never wanted you to see what a powerful manifester you were. They never wanted you to see this. They didn't want you to know this. They wanted to keep your fire small. They wanted you to constantly keep starting over, to burn out your passion. That's what they were doing. They were trying to burn whatever passion you have for life, that childlike faith. They wanted to burn that out of you. They wanted to snuff your fire out, so you would never want to take action on it, or you wouldn't have enough energy to take action on it. Let's see your energy. Okay, Five of Wands. Five of Wands, Ace of Wands. You definitely fought back. With this Seven of Wands here, the Five of Wands, you fought back. They didn't expect that. They thought they burnt your fire out. They thought you burnt your fire out, but you still had some fire lit when you walked away. You didn't let them burn you out. You still had some fire left when you walked away to be in hermit mode. They thought they burnt your fire out, that passion out. And they realized you walked away before you were completely burned out. So you can blaze your own trail. You still had enough passion to walk away from their asses. They didn't see this shit coming. They didn't see you being that strong. And you went on into your healing. And you went on to heal those childhood traumas. You went to go lighten your load. You cast your burdens to the Most High. You laid your burdens down when you went into hermit mode. to release all of that hardship. You did a lot of work on yourself. You did a lot of work on yourself. And now these people, they don't be surprised if they want to come back and manifest you back after this ending, resurrecting the dead. They want to resurrect something that's dead because they want to interfere with your new beginning. And don't let them do it because it's just going to be a test. You get past this test, you gain your freedom, your independence. Free to partner up with whoever you want. Free to invest wherever you want. Because you're on your destined path. Take the leap of faith. Don't worry about how it's going to come, what it's going to look like. Just whatever you do, do it in silence. Whatever you're manifesting, do it in silence. Be very strategic because it's leading you right to your independence. Yeah, you may grieve them, but it's going to be well worth it in the end. You see that? How these cards are lining up? They wanted you to stay stuck in a place where you were not loved. You felt invisible, uncherished, unrecognized. They want you to stay in this lack energy where you keep getting disappointments. You keep getting the wrong partners. They don't mind you having a partner as long as this partner does not help you grow in any way, especially spiritually. They didn't want you to be with a partner that you loved. They wanted you to be with a partner. If you had a partner that you did not love, they did not love you because you was not going to grow with that partner. They wanted to snuff out that passion you had. They wanted you to stay in lack, stay burdened. So your counterpart can never see you as being this leader, being able to be self-sufficient on your own. They always wanted you to be fucking needy. They wanted you to be free with your energy, to spread it out everywhere, to block your path. They wanted you to block your path by following whatever they were teaching you. So you will block your own blessings. You'll block your own manifestations. They didn't expect you to be this much of a fighter. So you put up a fight. You put up one hell of a fight. This person wasn't ready for this fight. 3 of Cups. It's like with the Temperance. They burnt their bridges with you. There is no more bridge to mend anything. There is no reconciliation. You are definitely, if this is something that's currently going on or something that will happen in the future, or maybe this is something that's already happened for some of you, you are very defensive when it comes down to reconciling with anybody who you once loved, that disappointed you, that kept you depressed, that wants you to go back to being who you were in the past. The old you is dead and gone. I just heard T.I. The old me is dead and gone. That's it. That's T.I. and what's his name? Justin Timberlake. The old you is dead and gone. This is a newer version of you. This is the healed you. Jeez, okay. Knight of Cups at the bottom. Let's see what this is. Ace of Swords. So yes, that's true. The old you is dead and gone. The old you is dead and gone. Like I just said, Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and Six of Wands. Nothing but new beginnings for you. Nothing but new beginnings. And my phone just confirmed that. Nothing but new beginnings for you. The old is gone, passed away, no more. Six of Wands, you will be victorious. You stay lighthearted, you stay loving. Whoever you are, you have that childlike disposition about yourself. And it's beautiful. But you're a whole adult because you're paving your own path. You want to be better. You are someone who want to go through the healing. You don't want to keep suffering what your ancestors suffered, what you saw your parents suffer through. But somebody wanted that for you, whether this was your own parents or someone who you got in a relationship with who saw your wounds. They saw those childhood wounds on you and they wanted you to stay stuck there so they can stay attached to you. Because once you healed, they would have to go because they were not going to be on your timeline. They was not going to be in your frequency. You were going to elevate out of being with that person. Jeez. Seven of Pentacles and it fell on the floor. Yeah. Someone wanted to fight against you investing in yourself. They didn't want you to do that. They wanted you to they didn't want you to be defensive against their control. Whatever control they wanted over you, their dominancy over you. They wanted you to stay attached to this demonic entity because they were not strong enough to fight this off. But you've been fighting this off for a very long time. And they thought that you was going to burn out. But instead of burning out, you walked away. You walked away. You know that these people could never be pleased. So if this is your situation, you're still in it, you're being encouraged to be strategic and make your moves in silence so you can get on out of the grasp of these demons. Get your ducks in a row. They want you to start mastering whatever skills you need to master so you can be self-sufficient and get away from whoever this is if you had not already gotten away from these people. Five of Cups to the King of Wands. Yeah, these are people that you used to invest in. These people, you possibly spent a lot of time, money on these people. They wanted you to be too sad, too depressed, having the feeling of always feeling left out. So you would not have the energy to press forward. You could not lead yourself. If you didn't look like a leader, they felt like nobody was going to follow you out of whatever situations that were hard for them. They didn't want you to appear to be a leader, a boss of your own life. They didn't want you to have the confidence. They probably wanted to affect your looks as well because you may be a person that look a lot younger than what you are. And they wanted that heartache, those hardships to even affect your looks moving forward. And they've been projecting this shit onto you for a very long time. They could have been holding finances over your head, but they definitely messed up your finances. Ace of Swords to the Three of Swords. They wanted to affect your new beginning. They wanted to block your intuition. They wanted you to stop talking. See, this sword on this Ace of Swords is down. They wanted you to not get your downloads, no epiphanies from the Most High. They wanted you to stop listening to that. They wanted you to stop listening to your intuition. They wanted you to shut your mouth and just listen. Do what you're told. That's it. And they was hoping that if they broke you down, they broke your spirit, they broke your soul down enough. Because they saw you were too strong. You were strong, and they wanted to break you down so you would not have the strength, the confidence, or the motivation at all to move away from them. They wanted you to keep pouring out to them. Give yourself freely to them while they create off of your misery. Because they still saw that no matter how much shit you've gone through, you stayed sweet and nice and true to yourself. They envy that about you. These people are fucking jealous of you. They're jealous that you can go through the hardest shit and still keep your faith. They don't like that about you because somebody broke them down. Now they want to break you down because they were too cowardly to heal, to go and feel that pain. So they numb their pain by fucking with other people's lives and their livelihood. Ace of Pentacles to the Six of Wands. You still gonna overcome it because you are somebody who they could not break down to where you was nothing. Whatever in you that they did break was supposed to fall away from you. It was never meant to go into your new chapter anyway. The old you had to be removed. The old you had to pass away. Okay? And the new you had to be resurrected. And that's what this is. It's like having a new beginning. That's that death and rebirth. After this dark night of the soul, after you go through, we have several of those, several awakenings. If they woke us up all at one time, we would be fucking crazy. They only wake you up enough to what you can handle at that point in time. And then you'll go through that dark night of the soul, and then you'll have another awakening, and you might go through another dark night of the soul. Just imagine, you see how hard it is to purge all of that stuff? Once you start seeing how hard it is. Imagine if they put all of that on you at one time. You may feel like, okay, I had my first awakening, and I had that dark night, and you feel better. And then something else happened that triggered more to be released. You have another awakening, and now you go deeper into a dark night, and you was like, whoa, what's this? See, people are not strong enough to even start the process. And sometimes they're just so bitter, or they feel like it's a waste of time, or, they spend too much time, chasing money, but they're not going to ever get to, that's why they need your energy. Because they're never going to get to where they want to be, because they are rejecting their own healing. But you will overcome this. You just keep healing. You keep going. They couldn't stop you. These people are looking at you now like, this bitch won't die. We can't stop this person. We cannot stop them. We cannot break that connection that they have to the Most High. We can't break them. Not broken down enough to where you're nothing. You're laying there and just let them tell you what to do. They couldn't break you down that much. And see the Six of Wands here twice. Yeah, you're being offered a new opportunity by the Most High because you were able to get away from these demons. Ooh, and they don't like that shit. See how them cards flew out? They don't like this awakening. They don't like that you answered your fucking calling. You know, when the Most High called you, when Gabriel sounded that trumpet, you say, absolutely. You flow right into it because you know what? Even though you had to leave behind people that you truly love, you realize these motherfuckers didn't love you. You had to love yourself and you had to find that love for yourself. You had to have self-love. You had to go ahead and be taught self-love. And knowing that you shouldn't have to compete for anybody's love. Not your parents, not anybody's. These are the people that should have loved you, but they wanted you to compete for their love. They didn't expect you to have this new beginning. You're having a new beginning because of the awakening that you leaned into. Your life was already fucked up. So you were like, what do I have to lose? See, these people are dumb. If they were smart, they would have treated you nicer. They would have put on a nicer mask. But it's like they treated you like you was shit, nothing to them. They treated you like shit. So of course, when you finally get that trumpet that goes off, then you saying, oh wow, I hate it here. So hey, I'm gonna follow that path because they gotta be better than what I'm experiencing now. It can't get no worse. It's only up from here. I'm already at the bottom because they already treated you like you was nothing. They wanted to keep you broken down. Confirmation. My phone just went off. They wanted to keep you down. They didn't want you to feel loved. But they didn't expect you to follow your calling, answer that calling, and you went on ahead and loved yourself. You stopped pouring your love into these people, and you decided to keep that cup for yourself. That last cup you had, that last piece of passion you had, you took that for yourself. They did not expect that. They did not expect that out of you. How dare you, right? How dare you want to live your own fucking life? How dare you? These people got some fucking nerve. How dare you, right? They want to live their life, but they don't want you to live your life. Nine of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. Temperance. You walked away right into your wish fulfillment. You did something to make you happy for once. You did whatever you're doing for you. Whatever you're investing in now, you're investing in your own happiness. You're blazing your own trail. You decided to go ahead and heal. And you're following your angels' guidance. You are following your intuitive nudges. And that's what you're doing. And this is a fear for them, but it's just hope for you. This is your hope because you're following your dreams. And it's like you're so optimistic. Like I said in the beginning of the reading, this is very much so optimism. This is the hopes and fears category. You're very optimistic. They fear that because now they see, oh, we treated collective so bad, so now they only think about themselves now. We push them to love themselves. Oh shit. Because you know what? They didn't see that coming because why? Somebody broke them and they stayed broken. That's why. Knight of Cups. Judgment. Come on now. You stayed loving. And because you kept your heart open all this time, that's why you were able to hear that trumpet that Gabriel was blowing. See, they missed that. They heard it, but they were too distracted by other people causing towers in their lives. So they never followed that destined path that they should have followed. So they didn't want you to get on yours because they saw you had a calling. They saw who you were. You just had to know it. Since you kept your heart open and you still had that childlike faith, the Knight of Cups, that's like a teenager. That's still young, youthful. You still had love in your heart. You still were optimistic. That's why you were able to hear this trumpet when Gabriel sounded it. When he blew this trumpet, you were able to hear it. You knew exactly what it was. That's why you went on ahead and followed. You probably didn't show any resistance to this path because wherever you were was fucked up already, and you already didn't want to be there. That's all I can see in my head is that Four Cups image. You did not want to be there because there was too much strife there, too much jealousy, too much competing. These people were competing with you. Somebody probably could have been jealous of your looks. They were definitely jealous of that childlike nature you had, that optimism. They wanted to break you out of that by not loving you. They did that plant experiment on you, all collective, where they said, like a group loved one plant and talked down and bad and didn't show the other plant love, and the other plant died. They expected you to wither away because you wasn't shown love. They didn't expect you to be the intelligent being that you were called to be. They didn't know you can heal your own heart. You're a healer. You were able to heal your own heart. That's why you kept your heart open. Because as they were throwing knives in your heart, stabbing you in the back, you went into yourself to go heal. Every time you had to be alone, you was regenerating. You was healing amongst all these people that were sick. 5 of Wands, struggle position, and the 7 of Swords. They never wanted you to amount to anything. They never wanted you to it's like they wanted to mess with your mind so bad that you couldn't even think of a strategy of how to get out of whatever situation you were in. They wanted your mind so diluted. Somebody probably always was running their mouth, trying to steer your life. They didn't expect whatever they were saying to go in one ear and out the other, and you still had other plans that you wasn't telling them about. Whoever this big mouth is. Because every time I see this card in this position, it reminds me of just somebody that has a big old mouth that never shuts up. This is somebody that will lecture you to death. They're keeping up all this turmoil so you don't have the mindset to strategize. They didn't want you to be a free thinker. You had to struggle just to fucking think. You probably had to struggle just to keep whatever your moves hidden. Because this was somebody that was constantly watching you. Constantly trying to see where the hell you were going. To see if you were going towards new people, new counterparts, new friends. This is somebody that never wanted you to even have your own friends. They wanted to be your only friend, right? So you don't see how people really live, and so they can keep juggling your heart, playing mind games, keeping you confused, keeping your finances low. keeping you stressed out so you don't even know that you can move forward. They didn't want you to have your heart open so whatever it is that you was investing in wouldn't grow. That's why it went from 7 of Pentacles to the 2 of Pentacles. What they wanted this heartache to stunt your growth and to stop whatever it is that you were watering, the seeds you were watering. See, these people, they didn't water you in hopes that you would not grow. Just like I said about that plant experiment. They did that shit on you. Yeah, but they couldn't stop you. You causing towers for their asses. See, they mistook you for being an unlearned child. They're bad. Just because you was childlike don't mean you were childish. There's a difference. You a grown-ass woman or a grown-ass man. And you make your own decisions. You're causing towers everywhere you go because you will not march to the beat of their drum. You're going to march to the beat of your own damn drum. And you're going to pave your own way. And nobody's going to be able to stop you. Nobody. You're looking for a new friend group. You're being guided by your spirit guides and you're listening. Your ancestors, your benevolent ancestors, the ones that love you, known and unknown, they are guiding you. They are helping you. Fuck these people. What your future look like? Very healed. That's what the fuck your future look like. Hermit. You're wise. You keeping yourself hidden. You keeping your moves hidden. 7 of Cups. They're confused. They don't know how to confuse you anymore. You're too wise for them. They don't know how to confuse you anymore. They don't know how to keep you delusional to think that you are happy in this household with them. They don't know how to do that shit. Right. You wasn't happy with the past. They want you to keep revisiting your past. They want you to stay a child. When you're no longer a child, you put childish things behind. Just like I said, you're childlike, not childish. Somebody had you mistaken. They must have thought that your energy was theirs and their energy was yours. They had you fucking confused. Page of Cups to the 3 of Wands. They didn't want you to have new beginnings. They wanted you to stay a child your whole life. They wanted you to stay, they wanted to be able to, with that fish in a cup, they just wanted you to stay under some type of a spell, their illusion that they loved you. These people didn't pour no love into you. You had to love yourself. You had to probably be your own parents. You had to probably be your parents' parent. They probably put all their stress on you. For some of you. And if this is a counterpart, they put all the weight of the relationship on your back. You had to show it for your children. These are people that wanted you to always feel like you had to apologize because they fucked up. But these people are seeing you have a new beginning, a new loving beginning, because you never lost your creativity. And so this 3 of Wands, usually the 3 of Wands is someone waiting. It's almost like you going towards the things that you want. You know your ships are coming in. So you're going towards your ships too. You're putting your hands in it. You have already taken action on it. You already took action on doing the healing work for yourself. You did that. You took action to heal. So you can move forward because you know that it was going to keep you stuck in the past, just like these people. So your future looks very bright. It looked like you just a very healed individual. Healing is never going to be done completely, 100%. It's a journey through life, you know? Exactly. Eight of Cups. You walked right into your healing. You walked away from what no longer served your highest good. And you looking for a new family, your soul family. These people might have been blood related to you, but they were not your family. There's a fucking difference. They were just relatives. Now you're going towards finding your soul family, the people with like minds, the ones that are going towards their healing and forsaking all others that were in their past that meant them no good. And some of you walking away all alone with nobody. Some of you may be walking away with your children. Some of you had to walk away from some of your grown children. But you walked right into your healing. You took that last bit of passion you had and you walked right into your own healing to fulfill your own destiny. Two of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Chariot, the Fool. You were enlightened. It's like while you were in hermit, while you were facing your shadow side, you were gaining wisdom. You was learning all of the lessons from whatever you already experienced. You were already learning those lessons while you were in hermit. What was being revealed to you is what you needed to take from this situation that you are coming from, so you can be balanced and move forward to a brighter new future. You didn't want to keep reliving your life, just getting older, but not getting wiser, not getting better. You're getting wiser. You're probably wiser than these people who were trying to hold you back. And these people could be older than you, but these are older fools. They're foolish and childish. I don't know why Childish Gambino just popped up into my mind, because these people are just childish. And you march to the beat of your own drum. You may have been off balance, been confused. They threw your equilibrium off. They threw that equilibrium off within you. And you had to go into hermit mode to put yourself back in motion so you can move forward in your chariot. You know, you have to be balanced so that chariot can move forward, or that chariot never goes anywhere if you're not balanced. Only a balanced emperor drives the chariot. And you guys were enlightened. You got whatever you needed to get while you were in hermit. You got it. Some of you still are in hermit mode currently. You're gaining more wisdom, knowledge. You're pressing forward so you can have that new beginning, because you took that leap of faith. You knew something had to be better than what you were coming from, because wherever you was coming from didn't feel good. The Star, Ten of Cups, Eight of Wands. Since you stayed in that childlike, you had that childlike faith, You are bringing your dreams into reality. All of your wishes are going to come true. You was led away from this situation with this person or these people, so you can actually go towards the things you are manifesting. Because if you would have stayed back with those people, it just would have been a dream. But there are no pentacles by this 10 of cups, meaning that it never materialized. Right? They wanted you to keep hoping and wishing that something was going to change, but you knew that you had to move forward. You had to change. The change started with you. So the inside of you had to change so your outside world could change. You could not manifest anything beautiful and new because you were still where you were sick at. You were still stuck in that same mindset. You were still suffering from that depression, from that heartache, those heartbreaks. And they wanted you to stay there so your dreams would never materialize. But you're taking action. You're moving away from these people. You were guided away. You got that download from the Most High, your ancestors that love you. And you're moving away. Right, you moving away from these toxic ass people to have your new beginning. And only when you get past these demonic demons is when the Most High presents you with more opportunity. Because why? The Most High don't want you to share this with these demons. They chose their path. They chose the path to walk with demons and let demons use their bodies as a host. So you can't straddle the fence. You either gonna stay in the past and be beat down and not get on your destined path, or you gonna go when Gabriel sounds that trumpet. You move forward. You go into that healing, and so you are being rewarded for defeating this demonic entity that was within the people in the situation that you are coming from, and that's justice. You're just getting back the energy that you've always been giving out. And so will they. They're going to get back the energy that they've been giving out. See, it's going back to them. See, whatever energy they projected onto you is going back that way to them. You see that? Right. Depression, being left out in the cold, feeling left out, feeling burdened, it's going back to them because you worked so hard on yourself. That shit is going back to them tenfold. I just heard this 5 here. So these people, it's like whatever they sent to you so you would never get up. It's like they're gonna get that blow. And now these people may never get up. And that's just the way it is. I just heard Tupac, that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. And they're not supposed to be. They're not supposed to be. Luck is on your side, collective. Good news. I don't really like to use the word luck, but the wheel of fortune is on your side. It's your turn. You waited your time. You patiently waited your turn. And that's the good news. Distance travel adventure. So some of you might want to travel. Somebody might want to travel towards you. Somebody that's mesmerized by you. They could love your eyes. You have somebody mesmerized, that person, whoever this is that's showing up now, they may want to travel towards you. Maybe this is someone that lives at a distance. And you could be wanting to go on an adventure now. You might want to start seeing the world now, start experiencing new things. Regret. Okay. So someone regret. So this is somebody from your past, somebody you're leaving behind. Someone they regret never traveling towards you. They regret not traveling towards the sun. You were the sun. You were the happiness. You would have provided a happy home for this person. Someone is having regrets, whether it's, your family regret not showing up with love, or this is a counterpart that regrets it, or whatever. They couldn't make a choice. It was like they made a choice. Should I choose my happiness, or should I stay stuck to their past? This is somebody that stays stuck to their past. They went towards something that was good right now, but not good for them long term. They wanted their cake and eat it too, possibly. But okay, why? We don't really care about their fucking regrets, because it's like people know they don't treat you right, and this could be somebody that mirrored your life. They had a fucked up family setting, a family dynamic as well, and that they never was able to break away from, because they regret it, because they see that the luck is on your side. Heartbroken, grief, shock, emotional pain. Yeah. They wish they would have followed your lead. Let it go, release, don't look back. They wish that they would have been strong enough to do what you did. Somebody wish that they would have left their family and peers behind, release those old toxic mindsets. They wish they would have let that tower fall and move on. Instead, those towers were falling for these people that were trying to hold that shit up and just start over on that faulty foundation that was built up on lies. Somebody couldn't let something go. They couldn't release and let whoever they should have released from their past. They couldn't let it go. So they heartbroken. Okay. Yeah, they heartbroken because there's nothing but endings for them. They didn't use their intuition. Casket, caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Did not say things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. 22 on the timer. Someone going out of your life, or the end of a situation. A two-faced friend. So this person wish they would have ended things with two-faced people that were in their life, and then things would have been better, but they wanted things to stay the same. This is a person that resisted change. Sapphire, mental force, spiritual insight, hope, and faith. You never lost that. You use wise judgment. Life of the party, extroverted, motivate, precious, valued, holy, divine favor, revered. It's just you guys use wise judgment, and that's why divine favors you, because you were obedient to your soul's journey, your soul's path. That's why the divine love their obedient children. It ain't just obedience to a family structure, obedience to a mindset, obedience to your parents when they're wrong, they're going down the wrong path. No, you have to be obedient to your soul's path. That's why you are divine's favorite, and you're favored by the Most High, because you came down here, your soul came down here to do something, and when it was your turn to wake up, you answered that fucking call. That's why you're favored by the divine, because you are obedient to your soul's mission, not to tradition and family structures that were meant to fall away, not struggle. They wanted it for you to have a struggle. They saw your struggle. They saw you get yourself out of plenty of hard situations. This shit wasn't easy, because these people wanted to keep you intertwined, keep your mind in knots, keep you from moving on. Crystal ball, intuition. You followed your intuition right on out of there. That's what you did. You followed your inner guidance, and that's what you were supposed to do. Why? You always stay optimistic. I didn't even know this was here. Hope, enthusiasm, seize opportunity. You stay with that mindset. Because you're the rebel with the cause, rebel with the cause, and you're a visionary. You have foresight. You saw these people. You saw what could happen if you didn't follow your own path. Because you know why? You saw their lives. You investigated. You the detective. That's that hermit. You look deep. You was looking deep at these people. And you didn't want to stay fucked up. You didn't want to be a trickster. You didn't want that to be your whole life. You didn't want that to be your whole life. You broke that chain of events that will affect your life. You broke that. They wanted to have these things affect your life. A dark woman. What I'm getting from this, it could be a dark skinned person, but what I'm thinking that this person is dark in nature. They have demonic entities attached. Dealing or a relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. But these people are dark inside, dark in nature. You possess a warm, loving spirit, and that's why divine favors you. That is why. And if you ever think about reconciling with anybody, just remember this: healthy reconciliation, apology with changed behavior. Pay attention that their actions matches their words. When a person is really apologetic, they come back not with just words. They come back with changed behavior. And we already said luck is on your side. Why? Because you cared for yourself. You cared about the people that was coming after you, your children, your grandchildren. You have great care, you know? And you're a person that keeps your word. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. You keep your promises. And you know what? You kept that promise to your own soul. You all incarnated here for a reason. And you kept your promise. You made a promise before you came here. And you kept that promise. And that's why your winning season is here. I'm going to leave it right here. I'm going to leave the reading right here. Yeah, completely new. This card says a sense of having no precedent, a feeling that something is completely new. This is your energy, collective. And your spirit team, they like this. They smiling down on you. Right? Because these people wanted to stay the same. They were complacent. They looking at you too. Let them look. Now, these people just birds watching. But anyway, if this was your message, give me a thumbs up. If you like the way I deliver my messages, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment if you would like, if you have something positive to say. And if if you feel someone else could benefit from this message, share it with them if you feel that they will be receptive. And you know what? Don't let anybody confuse you. Stay confident, stay confident. No confusion. Confusion is from the underworld, dark forces. Okay? The Most High doesn't come with confusion, So anyway, yeah, these people just going to stay lost. They're just going to stay lost. Let them stay there. I love you all, and I will see you all in the next reading. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.